Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. I think Friday was like the first time that I was like, I will see you back here next week for sure. And that was really good for me to be like, hey, looking forward to doing another week because our herb of the week is Tulsi. Yes, Tulsi, also referred to as holy basil. That's when I saw it was our herb of the week was Tulsi and we were going to manifest more joy. I was like, oh my God, yes, and yes, and yes, please. So I had I can't remember Friday. Why can't I remember Friday night? I guess I worked. I clean an office on Friday nights for some cash in my pocket. And I did that. And then Saturday morning I got up and recorded maybe something. Or no, I didn't. I'm not even giving you I don't know if I can give you an accurate rundown of the weekend. I actually don't think I did anything Saturday, productive. I did me, you know what I mean? Like I read my books and I hung out and I drank tea. I'm pretty sure that's what Saturdays was all about. Yesterday, I did record a podcast, The World, the Herbal Tarot Journey. At Herbal Marie, I did The World. And then I was going to record an angelic herb for you and me and you and me and you. But then I was outside and my daughters returned from their dad's house and I was like, oh, thanks for calling. Thanks for letting me know you're going to be here. So our hangout with our next archangel is going to be postponed, I guess, even though I was excited about that. It was Archangel Raziel. And the first card that I got to peek at was spiritual gifts. And I was like, yes, let's do that too. But apparently we need to wait another week to activate our spiritual gifts. Sorry. We're just going to wait another week, which is kind of okay. So then yesterday after my daughters got home, they brought their little teenager bitch energy. And I was like, ugh. And I fell into some smaller mind energy and it lingered all day and it well into the night. But by 11 o'clock last night, I had shook it off or worked through it or transmuted or whatever. But all I can say is I was consciously aware of being stuck in small mind. Lower mind. I was sad and thinking small and getting annoyed, and I am struggling just a wee bit with liking my new neighbors, and because small mind, that's all I can say, because of small mind. Who's small mind? Me. Wait, I know what I did Saturday. I went to my friend's memorial service for her mother. And then we had dinner and actually had a really good time. And it was beautiful and I felt connected to everybody there. And how did I forget that? That's what I did Saturday too. But that wasn't till 4 o'clock and then to the evening. So I had a full weekend. I just saw my reflection in the iPad and my reflection is not reflecting how much coffee I've already drank today. So Spirit woke me up. I was in a good mood. I was loving myself. I'm trying to feel good. I'm trying to do my affirmations from my new friend Flossie. If you haven't met Flossie yet, visit me and my new friend on my new blog, herboracle.blogspot.com. And you'll get to know her. And she's got some pretty cool insight on ways to manifest better. Manifest better. Okay, so I also got an email saying your Herbal Marie domain will automatically renew in 20 days or whatever. And I thought about it for like 20 seconds. I'm like, I don't think it's worth the money to keep that up. So I canceled herbalmarie.com, and now I'll have to go and change all my podcast promos or leave it and not give a shit. But like it's just a freebie too. herbalmarie.blogspot.com. So the links and indexes and all that are still there, but I've decided, one, I'm not going to put out the cash for it because I have yet to really break even with podcast. I hate to say that out loud, but it's true. I've definitely spent more money on internet and, what have you, Sharpie, black markers, and paper than I've made. And I mean, in my time, I'll never probably get that in the clear. But anyways, I was also thinking for the future long run, just change it now, because if something would happen to me, it'll always be hosted on the free blog spot, and then, because who's going to renew it? Who's going to renew that domain? Nobody. And then if you don't switch it over, it could be lost. So anyways, I'll just go the free route. It's probably better for in 100 years anyways. And, it's just me kind of like taking back some of my energy from Herbal Marie. Like, well, it's too bad that every time I post an Herbal Tarot podcast, within the first 24 hours, I've got over 100 people that ran to listen to it, but I don't have that many people who want to shove $1 in my granny panties. So anyways, it just is like I'm juggling a little bit of small mind stuff, and then like my neighbors, like I thought we were gonna maybe be friends and we're not, and then we live so close to each other, and it's just like I really would like to relocate. So I'm sort of putting that into my future, and I'm thinking about like my garden spaces, like how, okay, so if I was going to relocate, what do I need to do to clean this up or tidy it up? And so I'm starting to get into that mindset. Like if I'm going to ask for a whole new life, then I need to prepare for a whole new life. So that's what my new friend Flossie is also saying. Like if you ask for success, prepare for success. If you ask for love, prepare for love. If you ask for some money in your pocket, get ready. Get ready. It's coming. So if you want a new apartment or something, then go buy some new curtains or get prepared, start packing, or start like going through your stuff that you have now, thinking, do I want this in the new apartment or not? Right? So you just play it out like that. All right, so we'll kind of touch upon maybe a little bit of that today with Tulsi. I've got 3 cards for our Herb of the Week, Tulsi. We have You Are Sacred, an Awakening card, and a Faith card. So that's the order that we'll do them to, right to left. You Are Sacred. That is from the Illustrated Herbiary from Maya Toll. We have number 20, Awakening, from the Herb Crafters Tarot. And then we have the Herbal Healing Deck Tulsi card, all about faith. So that's who we're hanging out with today. The Illustrated Herbiary? Yeah. The Herb Crafters Tarot and the Herbal Healing Deck. I just have 3 Tulsi cards, but hey, that is plenty, because these are doozies. So anyways, speaking of what did you do this weekend? Did you have any revelations? Did you cry like me? Hey, I don't even care no more. Like if they're there, I want them out of my eyeballs And I'm really trying to pass on this, like, what is it even? I don't even know what it was yesterday. Like, it was just, I was not digging life. And really, I need to get, like Tulsi's looking at me here with the faith card, I need to get in the mode where I am digging ditches for what I've asked for, right? So that's a story from the Bible. That's a story from the Bible. If you want the rain, you got to dig the ditches and get ready for the rain. So you are a sacred being, and everything that you ask for under divine right shall be yours. What do you think about that? I think I need to drink some tea, but it's just still almost a little too hot. I drink so much freaking coffee, man. That's just what I wanted. But tomorrow I hope that I convince myself that I want celery juice. All right, so the Illustrated Herbiary by Maya Toll. It's got 36 awesome cards. This Tulsi card, it's so good. Good job, Kate O'Hara. That's who illustrated these awesome things. Let's see, we're going on page 148. It's got like this, it's got this like shrine with 4 arms, like a lady. I think symbolizing, I can just tell you right now that this is the goddess of Tulsi. Now, people in India have a planter with the Tulsi plant, usually outside their home, for good luck and blessings and abundance. And yeah, they say Tulsi is a plant consciousness that is indeed a goddess. And she is beautiful. Osimum Sanctum is her Latin name. And so this goddess has 4 arms, and her head is the Tulsi plant. And then her body is a house. So I would say that, like, protects the house, protects the family. And then, like I listened to a lecture one time or a video about Tulsi. And, before you harvest, you ask every day you eat a leaf off of her, with her permission. So let's see what it says in the book here. We'll read this page, and then we'll have a ritual called Come Home to Yourself. Ooh, oh, that's so sweet. Come home to yourself. And then the reflection is, what if you are holy? Okay, for all you doubters out there that rolled your eyes when I said you are sacred. Somebody's seen you do that. You are sacred. Are you feeling that more and more to be your truth? Because you are. But if you doubt it, entertain the question, well, what if you are holy? Let's just do that like fun hypothetical thing that we can do to reverse psychology trick ourselves. Like, what if you are holy? Okay, you're not. But what if you are, right? You can do that with so many things probably. Like, okay, so yeah, you're broke, but what if you are rich? Like, what do you want to do? Well, like, what if you are rich? What would we be doing right now? What if you are happy? What if you are happy? What if you are in love? Right? I love those kind of questions because it sort of scrambles in a very gentle and sweet way your brain, and then you can kind of like get into play and think about like, oh, what if I am happy? What if you are happy? All right, so let's talk. Tulsi, also called holy basil, is traditionally planted in a special pot by the front door of homes in South Asia. This holiest of plants, thought of alternately as a household deity and a manifestation of the goddess Lakshmi, brings heaven to earth. And like when I walked by my, it's not a special pot, it's a big old ass recycling plastic container that I have it growing in. I could smell it. It was so fabulous. Her spicy scent reminds you to be aware of the unseen, of spirit flowing in and out. Tulsi says, you're strongest when you let spirit help you adapt to the ups and downs of daily life. So yeah, I just want to stop right there because ups and downs was certainly my theme all weekend. You know, it's like watching my friend cry because, you know, we're burying her mom's ashes, but then at the same time being like, I love this family so much, you know, and then being excited to see people, and then yet being sad that, like, I'm going everywhere alone, which is fine because I know I'm not alone because I have spirit with me. I have all my spirit friends. Like, I really, like, anytime I get sad, like, that I don't have any physical friends, or many I do have some physical friends, but, you know, or I think, yeah, but look how many friends I hang out with in the invisible realm. Look how many spirit friends I have, and I can call on them anytime I want. And, you know, I am my strongest when I let spirit help me adapt to the ups and downs of daily life. My dog is barking at my spirit friend. So if you befriend Tulsi, she might give you a further message. Are you you too? Knock it off. All right, she might give you a further message, which is your spirit flows through your physical form, and so your soul is fed through your body's senses. That might be your message that you get. You might wear Tulsi beads around your neck to remind you that you are the home for your spirit and you are sacred. So, yeah, we really do need to see ourselves as physical and spirit. And I think if we recognize that, we'll like our physicalness so much more and we'll appreciate it more. You know, it is giving us this very fun at times, sensual at times, interesting at times, visceral at times. It's giving us an experience, and that's what our soul wanted. So it's like if you can see your spirit flowing through your form, right, and seeing your soul is being fed through your body's senses and really getting this interesting experience, but ultimately you understand and you know that you are sacred. You are sacred. All right, so the ritual is to come home to yourself. Realize you are your home, right? Tulsi asks you to come home to yourself. We often look externally for the sacred while treating our own selves, our bodies, our inner knowings, our spirits, like so much flotsam on a life's current. Is that, what's flotsam? Flotsam, is that the scum on the top of a water? I'll have to look that word up. I don't know. All right. Anyways, regardless of big words, holy basil. It's not even a big word. It's probably like just more outdated. Like nobody fucking says flotsam anymore. Look at my small mind getting irritated because it's dumb. You should have studied your vocabulary, small mind. Holy basil knows that coming home to yourself is not something you do once, but a practice to be repeated over and over. Her presence is your reminder. So anyways, the message is, my reminder is to come home. All right, so come home, but before I tell you of a little ritual you can do, I just want to say, flotsam. It's not flotsam. It's flotsam, and it is floating wreckage of a ship or its cargo. A floating population, like a human flotsam would be like castaways, or something floating. Flotsam. Then why didn't you put an E in that word instead of an A? I just sometimes who did this?
Flotsam.
Miscellaneous or unimportant material. So floating wreckage of a ship or its floating debris.
Flotsam.
All right, so sometimes we treat ourselves, our bodies, our inner knowings, our spirits like so much flotsam on life's current. So we just treat ourselves like floating wreckage. And that's garbage. That's garbage vibes. If I ever did that, get them trash vibes out of here. That was like one of my first posts on my new blog that you need to visit today. Get those trash vibes the fuck out of here. So anyways, yeah, get that flotsam out of here. You need to start loving yourself, cherishing yourself, seeing yourself as sacred, coming home to yourself. Your bodies, your inner knowings, your spirit, yourselves. You are sacred. So a ritual could be to plant Tulsi in a pot by your door to remind you to carry blessings into the world. And upon your return, to take time to care for and nurture yourself. Don't be treating yourself like a bunch of floating flotsam, okay? You ain't got no place for a potted plant? No worries. Instead, place a photograph or a drawing of Tulsi near the doorway. Hang some Tulsi beads in such a way that they brush you, gently reminding you of Tulsi's presence every time you enter or leave your house. Carry the sacred out into the world and gift it to yourself upon your return. Come home again and again. So yeah, like I need to get my Tulsi apparently even closer to my door. And I love that all the Tulsi that was in this container it just all came back on its own. Like I didn't plant it. Like it was just seeds that dropped last year. So that was pretty cool. All right. So what if you are holy? What if you're not just so much flotsam? What if you're actually holy and not flotsam? Okay. Let it go, girl. Tulsi's benediction. What's with the big words, man? What's with the big words? Say, I think benediction is just like a statement or, See, this is why we study our vocabulary words. So here's what benediction means. Goodness gracious. Here's what Tulsi's benediction is. What if you are holy just as you are?
Benediction.
So it's the invocation, a blessing.
Benediction.
Something that promotes goodness or well-being. Benediction, an expression of good wishes.
Benediction.
Okay, I just like robots. Tulsi's benediction. What if you are holy just as you are? What if you don't need to be more spiritual, more kind, or more anything? Like, what if you just are already sacred, enlightened, perfect? What if you don't actually need to try anymore? Well, then I probably don't need to podcast anymore. All right, so what if you acknowledge yourself just the way you already are, as a sacred being? How would that thought shift who you are and how you show up in the world? So it's like kind of like, what if you are already good enough? What if you are already the magical being you think you want to be? Like, what if you just actually are that? And my friend Asiel, the Oracle, and I often entertain this idea because, in the invisible realm or our higher selves, we are already the enlightened being. Like, we get that. So it's like, wait, so like now we're just remembering because we already are that? It's like, yep. So anyways, Tulsi's benediction, blessing. What if you are holy, just as you are? You are, but what if you are? Can you entertain that? What if you don't need to be more spiritual? Everything you do is spiritual. This means I don't need to do yoga, thank God. So anyways, if you just acknowledge yourself just the way you already are, can you start to see yourself as a sacred being? Think about how that would shift who you are and how you show up in the world when you don't feel like you need to do anything different or improve yourself. Just be yourself. You're already perfect. You're already sacred. You're already enough. So Marianne Williamson, in her book, A Return to Love, said our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. So this goes along that it's like, you've heard that before, maybe like, instead, it's not actually fear of failure. A lot of people actually have a fear of success. And you're like, what? But they do. And it's like, maybe they're just not sure they're going to be able to handle it, or they'll become successful and then fail. But it's like, a lot of people are afraid to shine their light. And so they play small. But we gotta get it. We gotta get it in our small heads that like playing small does not serve the world anymore. All right, so one more thing. I love this picture of Tulsi because she has a plant for a head. So like, of course, like, that's all about plant consciousness. But last night I was reading Women Who Run with Wolves, and I sort of skipped ahead into I just sort of skipped ahead a little bit. And there was this story about, oh my gosh, it's B-A-U-B-O, Babo, B-A-U-B-O. Look it up. It's this goddess, that's in the story of whenever Persephone, her mom, we always think about Persephone going into the underworld, but her mother freaked out, when she was missing, and searched everywhere for her and got into like this gloomy way. And it was Babo who helped cheer up Persephone's mom by telling her these bawdy, raunchy jokes, sexual jokes. Anyways, there was this great story about it. But anyways, so I looked up Babo because I was like intrigued by, she does not have a head. Her nipples are her eyes, and then like her vagina is her mouth. And I was like, well, that's pretty interesting. I wonder what that looks like. And I found this picture on DeviantArt that's made from 2012, but maybe I'll put it in my blog sometime and give credit. But I love it. It would make a great sticker. It looks like she designed it for a sticker. But anyways, look up Babo, B-A-U-B-O, and have a laugh with me whenever you see this Tulsi card, because like, the Tulsi, she essentially does not have a head either. So now I'm like kind of like in this mindset where like I'm thinking of goddesses that don't have like human heads, or are a little bit different looking. So this Tulsi picture kind of goes right in alignment with that, with what's going on in my head. And then personally, I would like to lose my head and really just get into my heart space and see through my nipples, of course. Let's drink our tea, and then we will go on to our second card, number 20, the Awakening card by the Herb Crafters Tarot. Ooh, so I am holy. I am sacred. I come home to myself. See how that feels. All right, so I ordered from Strictly Medicinals. That's where I got my Tulsi seeds, and I ordered their Tulsi combo packet with 4 different types of Tulsi. There's like Krishna Tulsi, Temperate Tulsi, and then 2 other ones. Maybe one starts with an A and one starts with an R. I'm not sure. I can't think off the top of my head. But anyway, so there's Ocimum sanctum, and there's also Ocimum tenuiflorum. You know, it's like probably like our basil, our American basil, our God bless America basil. There's probably a lot of maybe different types, but they all, okay, like temperate, I think grew the easiest. But there was one of them ones that I can't think of the name for sure that had a fuzzier leaf. Oh man, that one brought me such bliss. Now Krishna was a little bitch to grow, and it was kind of purplish, but he didn't do so good. So, and then I don't know what that 4th one was, because like I don't know, I probably didn't label them. But anyways, I still have the seeds. I can do it again. I've had Tulsi growing inside, I forgot about this, by my one window in the dining room. And it looks kind of spindly because it's, you know, an inside plant. But it's been from last summer, and it's, yeah, man, she's still going over there. Ever reaching up toward the light. And I love just having her. It's more flavorful when it's under real sun and outside. But, you know, just for the whole point of having holy basil in my house, I brought that Tulsi inside. Okay, so awakening. Number 20. This is a really beautiful picture. Like the tablecloth has a mandala, maybe some sacred geometry under there. I can't really see what it is because there's this big old bowl of Tulsi and some kind of like a candle oil lamp, and then some meditation beads. And you see some of the purplish flowers. Not really a showy flower at all. They're just little tiny things. But they make seed really easy. So I think once you plant it, it might just keep on coming back. All right, so there is a silver pot filled with a lush, thriving Tulsi plant that sits on a beautiful white tapestry imprinted with a cream-colored lotus flower mandala. And then there are a few leaves that are scattered around the tapestry. There's 2 sprigs of Tulsi with dark purple flowers. They're cradling, and they're like, you know, circling the silver pot. There is an oil lamp. An oil lamp lightly burns in the corner. A mala, that's what the necklace is called, a mala crafted of Tulsi wood is placed near the base of the plant. Okay, Tulsi wood. So how big can these plants get? Apparently bigger than what I'm having. Of course, like if I would take one of the plants out and put it in its own pot and give it plenty of room, like this stuff, I'm just like every day, like going out getting leaves and, you know, keeping them kind of small. But the message for this awakening card, it comes after the sun card. So this would be like the judgment card in a traditional tarot, but instead of judgment, they called it awakening. Ooh, that was awesome. All right, so the message from Tulsi is to make an offering to the sacred, awaken to your life purpose. Devotion to your calling is devotion to the world. So it's like, just like the judgment card, like answer the call, honey. Wake up, answer the call now, follow your life's purpose. When you follow your personal devotion, that can be your life's purpose. That is devotion to the world. Make an offering to the sacred, connect with spirit. So sacred service is the call of the divine. Reverence for nature inspires connection with all beings. Tulsi, also known as holy basil, has been a highly regarded panacea for over 3,000 years. It enhances memory, restores energy, and clears toxins. Yeah, that video that I watched of Tulsi, You use it for everything. You can use it for any fucking thing you want. You can use her on with your pets. Like, you can use her with everybody, from grandmas to little kids, dried, fresh, teas, tincture, everything. She's definitely an alterative, like, just good for what ails ya. But she is also really good for enhancing memory, restoring energy, and clearing toxins. So the message is to take care of your well-being and awaken your consciousness. Committing to rituals that have special meaning for you will lead to spiritual awareness. Free your life of anything that keeps you from your purpose. And that's so true, because it's like lately, it's like, if it's not in my highest good, I ain't doing it. That's why I deleted Facebook. That's why I pretty much don't sign up for anything anymore other than staying focused on my spiritual journey the best I can. So try to free your life of anything that keeps you from your purpose. Deepen your relationship with what enchants you. Devotion to your holy work spreads goodness to all. And you know what? Even my Jesus calling book, Jesus, he calls me every morning, like, what's up, Jesus? Today he was saying to not feel bad to, like, spend time with him and, like, he didn't say blow other things off to, like, be with him. But basically he was saying, it's okay to be different than everybody else, and time with him is sacred, and time and reflection is important. And so it's like, you got to sort of just give yourself permission that, like, if you are on an awakening path, your own path, you are certainly being guided in your own special way. Keep on deepening that relationship with what enchants you. And you must devote to your own holy work. And it's okay if your life now doesn't look like anybody else's. That probably indicates you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, you've broken out of the cookie cutter mold, and your life now is being spiritually aware, doing things that deeply resonate with you, following what enchants you. And, when you do that, when you have devotion to your holy work, your spiritual work, your healing work, your sacred work, it spreads goodness to all. That is what shines light into the world. And that's the best damn thing you can do for the world. And we were talking about that last night in the Herbal Tarot episode at Herbal Marie with the World card. The best thing you can do for the world is you. You do you. You do your spiritual work, your holy work. You deepen your relationship within yourself. You come home to yourself. You understand that you are holy, that you are sacred, and that is what blesses the world. That is what pumps out goodness into the world. As we pump goodness into ourselves, that's the best thing. That's the best thing we can do to spread positivity and healing and light into the collective, into the world around us. So here's how we can craft with Tulsi. We can craft with the Awakening card. We could make Tulsi incense to increase awareness. Ooh. Or at least burn a dried leaf, right? We could drink some Tulsi tea to restore good health and bring the body into balance with the spirit. And we can find guidance regarding your purpose. Begin a year-long devotion to a single element of nature. So there you go. There's some ideas of how to craft with awakening, craft with Tulsi. I just want to tell you real quick, I love gathering like, oh gosh, at least a good handful. So that's why I'm watching my plants. So as soon as there's enough leaves, I want to do this again. And blending up the fresh leaves with water and the Vitamix and then straining it out. It is the best green juice ever. I love drinking fresh Tulsi. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. Like you can feel it in your body. You can feel the divine health being activated. And yeah, bringing in spirit, bringing in balance with spirit. And it's just straight up fantastic. Really good. So anyways, that's awakening. That's Tulsi. Make an offering to the sacred. Awaken to your life purpose. And devotion to your calling is devotion to the world. All right, so I took a little break. Ate a few squishy fat dates, the medjool dates. I love them. And I also found the driest Tulsi leaf I could find and lit it on fire. It just smelled like plant. But then it prompted me to light a stick of Nag Champa and burn a little sage. And, I'm back. Here we go. So I'm loving Tulsi. I'm loving that we get to hang out with her this week. I love that I have her growing, that I really, like, now is the time for me to harvest. Do I want to make a tincture? Do I just want to, like, gobble it all up? What do I want to do? I should get a beautiful planter and plant just, I was going to say just one, but as I'm looking at this picture from the You Are Sacred card, I mean, there's a bunch of Tulsi growing in there. It's not just like one. So maybe that's what she likes too, because like she's happy in this bin, my plastic recycle bin. She's happy in there with all her friends. Ooh. Might want to get out my Ascended Master Oracle deck too and see if the energy of Lakshmi comes in. That would be interesting for me. All right, so we're on our last card. This is from the Herbal Healing deck. Ooh, this is a good card. That's why I saved it for last. And it just sort of felt right to do it like you are sacred, right? Then awakening to that. And now we have faith. Now we have Tulsi is shown up with faith on this card. So J.M. Barrie in Peter Pan said, all the world is made of faith and trust and pixie dust. So the world is made of faith and trust and pixie dust. So this holy or sacred basil, Tulsi, has long been used in Ayurveda, the ancient healing practice of India. Next to the lotus flower, it is the most sacred plant of India. Its name translates as incomparable one. Holy basil is an adaptogen working on the adrenal glands to help us deal with stress of all kinds, emotional, environmental, psychological. So it's a great adaptogen for your adrenals. As a result, many Tulsi products are sold in the West as mood enhancement remedies. So yeah, like after my small mind mood, oh my God, like where does this like all of a sudden I'm just like stuck in despair and sad and loneliness, and all I can do is swim through it, float my way through it, and I get out of it, but every once in a while a little wave comes in. So yeah, also just saying, be a great week for me to drink some Tulsi juice. Let's see what else. It really is a panacea. It really is good for everything. A superb immune booster. It can be used for fever, cold and flu, bronchitis, and infections. Promoting better uptake of sugars within the body. Tulsi can be given as adjunct therapy for diabetes. This herb tends to lower cholesterol and lower blood pressure. and can be used to prevent or treat gastrointestinal issues. Holy basil is also gaining recognition for the treatment of cancer, providing protection and support during radiation therapy. So medicinally, there's tons for you to look into. Spiritually, it just seems like a plant that essentially we would all want at some point in our awakening, or at least to this week, take a little time to connect into the spirit of Tulsi. So Tulsi is famed for its connection with all that is sacred. This plant is believed to be a divine representation of the gods themselves. When Tulsi appears to you, it is a sign to have faith in the unseen powers that guide your life. If there is a confusing or stressful situation afoot, rest assured that you are not forgotten or abandoned by divine love. If there is something occurring that you do not understand, accept this as fully as you can. Do not give in to worry or strife, for everything is working according to a divine plan. With time, this will become perfectly clear. So yeah, one of my flossy affirmations is God is never too late. It's like divine timing isn't maybe what you think, but just trust that you are being taken care of. Nobody's forgotten about you. Divine love is still watching out for you and orchestrating for you. And then just have some faith that in time it's going to be perfectly clear, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's why it took so long. Like maybe I had to get ready for this, and I just had a little bit more expansion to do, and then it was perfect. So in Ayurveda, Tulsi promotes sattva, the energy that opens the mind, to enhance the qualities of light, perception, intelligence, and harmony. It is also used for opening the heart, which strengthens a natural capacity for faith and compassion. Plant spirit healer Pam Montgomery works with Tulsi on the soul level to assist in shamanic soul retrievals and negotiations of soul contracts. Have faith that on a higher level, the ups and downs of any situation make sense, even though this is not always clear to us on the earthly plane. If a relationship is at the heart of your inquiry, you are put on notice that the connection is likely a karmic one. Confusing behavior from the other person might only be understood as residue from a past life or soul contract. However, this does not mean that you must withstand an abusive or draining relationship. Just because a relationship is karmic does not mean that the connection must be maintained. Free will is available to you in every moment. Free will. And you always have the choice to free yourself. So call upon Tulsi in meditation to lift you up to the soul level of a relationship. Ask Tulsi to lift you up. Get quiet and ask yourself, what level of interaction will be helpful to your own path? Trust in your perception, regardless of how much or little you understand the karmic connection. So that's another really interesting way to use Tulsi, to help us understand our karmic connections, help us lift us up to the soul level of a relationship, ask for guidance so that we can be shown and know what would be the most helpful for our own path, right? Maybe we need to ask Tulsi to help us end some of our karmic relationships. Like, okay, I feel like we've paid our debt. Let us finish this now. So let us get us back on our path. Sacred basil or holy basil or Tulsi can also help us find meaningful life path. This plant spirit protects us from unwanted influences, clearing the aura to maintain a stronger alliance to our personal path in this lifetime. So if we really do not want those distractions, and we really, if it ain't part of the divine plan, we don't want it. Let it fall away. We can ask Tulsi to help us stay strong, stay focused, maintain a stronger alliance to our devotion, to our soul path. So if we would be doing a reading and we draw this card, it could indicate a close proximity to your true destiny as a soul. If there is no major confusion in your life, Tulsi is here simply as a wink and a nod from the divine that you are walking the right path. If you are under stress, Tulsi reminds you to bring the sacred into your daily life and restore your faith. Rather than worrying about past and future events or struggling to understand the higher meaning of a cloaked situation, simply place your focus in each moment as it passes. Stay in the now. The simple act of presence will heighten your consciousness, raise your vibration, and turn the mundane into the holy. So Tulsi has quite a bit to say. And she also wants to say, if you are concerned about something, know that the situation will work out better if you gain some distance from it. Make space, right? Come home to yourself. Make space to enjoy the present moment, no matter how big the perceived problem. If help and guidance is needed, remember to ask the spirit world. Put out a positive intention that all will be well, and then let it go. Greater understanding will come in time as long as your faith stays firm. All right, so that was a ton. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm saying. You just need to get all three of these decks. If you are on the Herbal Oracle Tarot journey, you need to get the Illustrated Herbiary, the Herb Crafter's Tarot, and the Herbal Healing deck, and the Herbal Tarot. But it didn't have a Tulsi, so it didn't get to be here today. But yeah, this is definitely 3 of my top 4 teach you everything you need to know about herbs, spirit, and this is just so beautiful, and it really shows you all the different things that Tulsi can help you with and guide you with, from just having a healthy physical home to be in, lowering stress, lowering anxiety, helping you lift yourself up to the soul level of relationships, seeing your path, staying devoted. It's just really quite amazing. So you can kind of just see how it is one of the most sacred plants of India, right up there with the lotus flower, and how every home has one, because this kind of stuff is important for everybody. So on that note, let's do some affirmations here for our beautiful herb of the week, Tulsi. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our incredible herb of the week, Tulsi, and I thank you and I dedicate them all to you. Blessings. I am holy. I am sacred. I come home to myself. I awaken to my purpose and deepen my spiritual awareness. I have faith that all is well. My devotion to my holy work spreads goodness to all. I am lifted to greater understanding. I am holy. I am sacred. I come home to myself. I awaken to my purpose and deepen my spiritual awareness. I have faith that all is well. My devotion to my holy work spreads goodness to all. I am lifted to greater understanding. So be it. Yes, so that is how we start off the day. That is how we start off a week of Tulsi here at Ho. So thanks so much for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow, do some tarot, Tuesday tarot. Wednesday, we're going to manifest more joy. Thursday, we'll hang out with the tree guides. And then, dang, it's another Friday, just like that. So you guys always remember, you are sacred beings and everything you need is inside of yourself. So come home to yourself and awaken to that magic, to that divinity, to that holiness within you. So anyways, spread goodness to all, be lifted into greater understandings, get up there in your soul level, and you're going to just love this life so much more. So that makes sense that we've got our Herb of the Week, Tulsi, to help us manifest more joy on Wednesday. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. All right, here we go. Who's going to drink some Tulsi juice with me? I'm on it. And I am so excited for this week. I just really feel like we are going to deepen our spiritual awareness. Anyways, on that note, so many blessings to you and much love.